Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Only if they're ready to go, because if they're not, as Frank Howard himself said, keep your stinking hands off my rock. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. Today, a couple of teams getting set to square off in an ACC battle. As we'll see, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Demon Deacons will boot it away to start the game. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Clemson Tigers offense will start this game off. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right in the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship, and appears to be a wide-open league, so a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
Still running at the 40. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Makes the grab. It's Moore. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and fires toward the end zone. He caught it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll go with a direct snap. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
So the Wake Demon Deacons offense will have its first possession of the game. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You got to be careful, David. I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. It's fun because when you're in defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
Working that left side now. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Quick release on the RPO.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the gun, running back gets to give. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Mays. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
On the run, it's Madden. And this one will be stopped for no gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Open space at the 25. They get him out of bounds, but a chunk play to wrap up the first quarter, and this offense will carry momentum into the second. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Wants to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the tackler. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Right down the boulevard, it's good. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Looking to move it through the air. Feeling some heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Quarterback checking off. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's got his man. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
It's so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Clemson set up with another first down. From the gun, looking for a man. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Offense in an empty set. They're going to throw it again. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Nothing but green ahead. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He wants to throw it. They're bringing heat. They're working that left side. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Clemson is quick to the line. With jet sweep pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They put together an 81-yard drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got him pinned deep. Fakes his man out, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Pressure coming. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. The Demon Deacons will bring the punt team onto the field. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
They'll run the toss. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Toss to the outside. Running with power. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Quarterback keeper. The Tigers will move the sticks.
You know, you kind of get stuck in no man's land once you get across that 50-yard line where it might be a long field goal, which isn't really high percentage. Or do I go for it on 4th down?
He's going to throw deep right side. Makes the catch. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. They want to throw it. On the run, still looking. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone. They'll try it again from the 1 on... And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! These guys are really hitting their stride in Week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Discards a man. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the Demon Deacons get it past the sticks. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Dumps it to the back. Pulls it in. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. He's looking to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. The decision to go for it does not pan out. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. No running back on the field. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
The Tigers pick up the 1st down.
And I tell you what, if you told them they were going to be 3 for 3 now on 4th downs, they'd have said yes, please, and that's why they're winning the game right now. You get an extra down so often, you have so much success. This all
fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
So you're saying there's a chance, Reese. I know it's not a big chance, but you got the ball back now. Maybe your offense can get hot.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacons.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded and get the big passing touchdown.
They got it. Able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Demon Deacons moving quickly to the line.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Mays. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. 1-possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult...
Can anyone catch him? Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Lost 1 deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's running in the open. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll throw it on first down. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Wake.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse,
the expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Clemson! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. I don't think the pressure's going to get to these guys. This is when it's fun. Late in the game, down 1 score, gotta have it right now. He wants a big play here late. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Picked off. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Tigers. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4.
I'll tell you what, as a DB, you're lucky if you get 1 pick 6 in your entire football life. This guy had one last game. He's got one this game. Quarterbacks are going to stop throwing his way.
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this.
Intercepted. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. He wants to throw. He's going up top. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I think it's really hard to overthrow that guy. He is already that fast, and he breaks open, and you have an opportunity just to club up a little bit. Just put a little bit more air underneath that and let the speedster run underneath it and make you look like a hero. But it's kind of the opposite.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Going up top on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't